Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. Thank you so much for joining. Today we're going to crown the winner of the Seattle AHL affiliate team contest, or something along those lines. Basically, I sent out a video on Christmas Day asking people to submit their logos, jersey colors, city name, and team name, and to try and come up with the best plausible team for the upcoming Seattle NHL team. Now, they've already announced that I believe they're going to use the town of Palm Springs as the AHL team, but I wanted to kind of ignore that and just choose whatever city you wanted. We had 54 submissions, much less than the previous contest, because I made it known so much that I did not want stolen artwork, and I think almost everybody listened, because I only found one that was stolen artwork, and yeah, so 54 submissions. I'm going to show every single one of them. Now, we did have some disqualifications. Of the 54, I believe 12 were disqualified or around there. I think there were 42 eligible submissions. I'm going to show the disqualified ones as well. I'm actually going to do that first. But before I get into that and show everything, I just want to let you guys know that we have a series that I'm incredibly excited for. We are going to have a March Madness bracket for the Ultimate Hockey logo. 128 hockey logos from over 32 leagues around the world. So all the major hockey leagues around the world. Every league gets to submit 4 logos, or best logos within the league, to compete against other logos around the world. Now, I've chosen the 4 from every league based on my subjective opinion, and they'll face off against each other. So, for example, you could have the Nashville Predators in round 1 versus the Glasgow Clan of the EIHL, or it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it. There's going to be 5 videos in the series, and that's coming up in March, of course, for March Madness. So if you're not subscribed already, I really hope you can hit the subscribe button and eventually see who we crown as the team with the Ultimate Hockey logo, or the best hockey logo. Back to the contest. Like I said, I'm going to show the disqualifications now. So these are disqualified for one of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you submitted it late, and I had a couple of submissions that came in a day late, and they were like, oh, it's still February 17th my time, so I'm submitting it hoping you can accept it. In the video, I actually did state February 17th, 11:59 p.m. AST, Atlantic Standard Time, which is my time. So automatically disqualified if they did come in late. You had almost 2 months to do it, so I feel like no exceptions could be made, because a lot of the people who did submit on time submitted early and make sure that their submissions were in. Or reason number 2, you did not include the jersey colors. So that is another one of the things I asked for, is I didn't need to see the jersey. I just wanted to see the jersey colors to see if they had any relation to the logo. Some of the disqualifications were both. They were late and they didn't have the jersey colors. Regardless, I'm going to show all of them because I think they deserve to be shown, because some of them are really well done. So, are you ready to jump into this? And,
yes.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to analyze the disqualifications or all 54 at first. I'm going to show the disqualifications, I'm going to show all 54, and then I'm going to show the top 15 and the way we ranked it from 15 to 1, and we're going to talk individually about those 15.
And we did rank them prior to this video.
We did rank them prior, and it took us about 30 minutes to do the top 15, so we did take it quite seriously. Okay, so disqualifications. The first one is the Fresno Serpent, and this is from Sam. The second disqualification is called the Green Bay Trappers, and this is by CMG. We had a submission called the Kennewick Mammoths, and this was by Logan, which is a really amazing logo. Unfortunately, it was late. The next one was the Olympia Octopi. This was by Emily. Next, the Palm Springs Pythons by Tanner. Next, the Palm Springs Tropics by EG. Palm Springs Gila Monsters by Andrew. And then an amazing logo, the Salt Lake Rattler Bears by Tyler, combining 2 animals. Pretty bold decision. I like it. And then lastly, the Wyoming Wild West by Christopher. And that's a disqualification because that was his second submission. I found that out late last night after you left, that he submitted 2. So the second one that he submitted, which is this one, automatically disqualified. So if you go back to the main ones that are eligible, and these are in no particular order. It's just literally done by alphabetical order, I think. The first one,
which means it's in order, folks.
The first one is Anchorage Ass.
Anchorage Ass. Way to start this off.
Pretty bold decision here, but yeah, you know what? I like it. It's good job. And that's by Christopher. Next up is the Anchorage Polar Bears. This is by Spencer. Next is the. Do you want to say what you thought?
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
I kept calling it Boaz.
Boise or something.
Boaz. The Boaz Blizzard. And I told him when we did the videos I was going to call it that, but I can't call it that. It's not what it is.
So anyways, the Boise Blizzard. And this is by Yanni. Next up, the Boise Bombers. I like the colors. And this is by Andrew. We got Boise Mountain Birds. Like those colors too. That's by Artie. And next up, the Boise Ridge. A lot of people choosing Boise. And this one's by AGP. Next is the Carson City Bighorns. This is by David. I absolutely love this name of this team. Doesn't it just roll off the tongue? Carson City Bighorns. I like that. Next up is Escanaba. I don't know how to Escanaba Ice Marmots. I'm not familiar with that city or town.
I'm letting you hang out around that one.
That's by Kelly.
Maybe it's Escanaba.
Escanaba. That's probably what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I'm just an idiot.
I don't know.
Next is the Evergreen Wildcats. That's by Steven. Fargo Falcons by Alex. Fargo Moorhead Maelstrom by Aaron. My laptop's being slow. Grand Forks Foxes by Dominic. The Helena Splash by CJ. Idaho Falls Windhawks by Drew. The Idaho Miners by Brian. The Maple Valley Finches, which is, I think, maybe a favorite of
I love
a
this
low-key
one.
favorite by Jason.
I love this one. Shout out to Miles.
Shout out to Miles. The Olympia Trout, that's by Finn. The Oregon Hawks by Cooper. The Oregon Osprey by Matt. The Palm Springs Boilers by Isaac. The Portland Antlers by Jared. The Portland Bombers by Derek. The Portland SARS by Jeff. The Portland Yetis by Grayson. The Provo Roar by Corey. I think it's Provo, maybe it's Provo, but... The Reno Rattlesnakes by Olivia. The Sacramento Sidewinders by Matthew. The Sacramento Sparks by Kay. The Sacramento Swifts, that's by Zach. The Salt Lake City Miners, and that is by Bond. The Salt Lake City Stingers, and that's by Kiel. A former winner of our contest. One of the contests we had, by the way. Spokane Beavers by Nick. Spokane Moose by Jason. Not this Jason. Spokane Stallions by Noah. The Spokane Suns by Kaylee. Shout out to Kaylee. Tacoma Badgers by Andy. The Tacoma Steamers by Alexander. Tacoma Timberjacks by Joseph. Tacoma Vikings by Mike. Tacoma Whales by my boy Dan. Shout out Dan. The New Orleans Night Owls, and that's by Aaron. The Spokane Rapids by Ryan. And Yakima, I'm not familiar with that city or town, but the Yakima Sturgeons, and that is the last submission that is eligible. So, we've gone through them all. We had a lengthy discussion. We probably talked about it for maybe an hour and a half, and then we narrowed it down to our top 15, and then we ranked them, and that part alone took, like I said earlier, about 20 minutes, half an hour maybe?
Yeah, we tried to do a top 10, but we couldn't fit them into a top 10. There was too much controversy.
Yeah, and then we went to the top 12, which the folder actually does say top 12.
Yeah, but there's 15.
But then we went to, we had some disagreements and stuff, and we thought, well, maybe we should have a top 15, so. Our top 15 is as follows, starting with number 15, We'll talk a little bit about each one. So in 15th position is the Portland Stars. I keep wanting to say Sawyer. So pretty interesting. I see a lot of Minnesota Wild colors in here, which is not a bad thing. The name makes sense. The city is totally makes sense. I mean, it's just south of Seattle, down in Oregon. The shoulder logo is cool, even though that has nothing to do with the competition. Cool that you added it. I like the presentation here as well.
Yeah, very good presentation.
Very good presentation.
Saw blade for a border.
Absolutely, like very, very well done. So I like the team name. I like the city name. The logo itself, I do like the colors. It looks a little bit more like a shoulder patch to me. I don't dislike it by any means. It doesn't really speak too much hockey to me. Not that I said that you should have put hockey in the logo.
No.
But what were your thoughts?
No, I'm with you. It's really well done.
It is. It's really well done. In 14th position, we have the Tacoma Timberjacks by Joseph. I think we both agreed that we really liked this logo. Maybe we'd like to see it digitized, but we felt it's quite busy compared to some of the other logos.
That's the only thing, is when you have a logo on the front of your jersey, depending on how big it is, if you have that much detail in it, it's probably not going to get picked up.
And it might look a little bit better if it was digitized, but I mean, there's a lot of trees in there. There's the ground, the river, and then font over top of the river and stuff. Really like it. The colors are awesome, but I mean, that's really the only critical thing we had to say about it. We thought maybe just a little bit too busy. Number 13, we have the Salt Lake Stingers. I actually really like the logo at all. There was no text on it, which is probably playing in a little bit in my favor because I don't really like textual logos. So I do like the fact that it's just an animal on there with no text. But at the end of the day, it's kind of just a bee. It's a cool name, Salt Lake City Stingers. It's a cool logo, but it doesn't feel like a hockey team or a hockey logo to me. I'm not sure how you feel. I can't remember what you thought about this one. I like the colors because it looks like Boston. It looks like Pittsburgh. It makes sense to the color of a bee or a hornet. But yeah, anything to add before we move on?
No, not really. It is well done. Again, like I said before.
Oh, it's very well done, and the presentation also is very well done. In 12th position, we have the New Orleans Night Owls. This one's by Aaron. Aaron actually submitted a YouTube video of how he created this logo, a time lapse. Very cool. Really, really cool to see that. I enjoyed it a lot. The specific animal, the owl or the bird, I guess, the owl that Aaron chose, makes sense for the region of that world, makes sense for the region of that. What am I trying to say?
I know what you're saying, but I don't know either.
Region like country.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool logo. I like the eye. I like that the bottom of the end kind of looks like a nose. It kind of looks like a talon a little bit, but I get lost above the eye. It's almost like it needs to be contained into something, or I need to see more of the owl itself, the owl head or something. But very cool to see how you made this, and good job. In number 11th, or in 11th position is the Spokane Rapids by Ryan. We talked about this a lot, actually, because
this is one that I said to Neil, if this was like the template or the draft that you took to a company and said, this is our idea, make a modern, like, because a lot of these are like done in Illustrator or whatever. They're like digital, and a lot of these are hand drawn. So you can't really say that the digital ones are better. You have to look at what the intent is too, right?
Correct.
So I think if this one was professionally done, this would be a really cool concept. I like this one a lot.
I absolutely love the player, and I love the bridge or tower or whatever is in the back. I think that's really well done. The water part loses me a little bit, and I think that's where the digitization comes in. Some depth and texture within the water to make it look a little bit more realistic. I think it has a lot of potential, and that's why we wanted to include it in our top 15, almost top 10. Number 10, we have the Tacoma Steamers, and this is by Alexander. We debated on this quite a bit too. I think we both agreed that we really, really liked the logo. I think Jason wanted it a little bit higher than I did. I mainly didn't because I see a lot of train logos that look exactly like this for a number of hockey teams, so I felt like it wasn't totally unique. I like the team name. I like that there's a hockey stick that kind of runs through the wheels. That's a really cool addition. Love that. It's well drawn. absolutely well drawn. And I mean, that's why it's in the top 10. It's very good, and it would look great on a jersey. Number 9 is the Spokane Moose by Jason.
Not me.
Not you. I really like the colors here. The black and the green look really well, and that's most likely going to be the Seattle colors. We'll probably see that brighter green, kind of like the Seahawks colors. The Moose makes sense. He looks angry. It's contained in a thing. The font is unique. Just a really well done logo. It reminded me of the Manitoba Moose logo a little bit.
Yeah.
But really well done, Jason. Not you, Jason.
Thank you.
Number 8, we have the Boise Ridge, and this is by AGP.
I really like this one.
This was huge for Jason. He really liked this, and I do too. You have the Capitol building that kind of makes that part of the G. I can read it, but I felt it was a bit hard to read. The line through the middle made it look like a reflection, which could be the intention. But because of that, I found it a little bit hard to read. I like the mountain in the top. I love the colors. To me, it looks more like a shoulder patch than it does a logo that would go on the front of a jersey. But from just a general logo perspective, I really like it.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I was kind of okay with letting it fall to 8th, was just when it comes to actually visualizing a jersey with this logo on it, it's like just being narrow and long.
Yes.
I kind of agree there. Like in terms of a logo and design, I think this is awesome.
Yeah,
but in terms of putting that on the front of a hockey jersey, I can see why some of these other ones might be ahead of it.
Absolutely. It almost looks like a nameplate that would go on the back of a jersey or something.
I really like that though.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Hold on. In position number 7, we have the Provo Roar. We debated.
This was the biggest debate, I think.
This was, I think, in the original top 3, and then it kind of moved down to above top 10, and then moved back up. We had such a debate on this logo. It's so well done.
That's the problem, is it is well done.
It's so well done. Like, it's ridiculous how good this logo actually is. You have an animal that looks angry. The whole logo is contained in this one thing. There's a puck in there. There's a stick. It's ingenious to use the part of the R to come down and make the stick. The colors are complementary. It looks really good, but it looks a little bit too cartoony.
See, that was the comment that I made. I said, like, it is very, 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 very well done. I'm not taking anything away from that. It's just the colors are so poppy, if that makes sense, that it almost looks like something that would be used in like a kids league or a youth league or something like that.
Yeah, and that's not an offensive comment.
No, it looks like something that, like, in terms of like, could I see an NHL team having that logo? I would say no.
Yes.
Could I see an AHL team having that logo? Probably not. I think it would be further down. But
like it has dimension. There's highlights where they should be.
I think if we get feedback that people think we're idiots, I think this is the one they're going to disagree.
I agree.
Most.
I completely
and
agree.
I 100% agree with them too, because this was the toughest one.
Yeah, it was absolutely the toughest one. We went back and forth. We probably spent 10 minutes just on this logo itself.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6. We have the Boise Mountain Birds. And I guess we talked about this one quite a bit too.
Yeah, this is probably the second most talked about one.
Yeah. Now some other submissions included secondary logos and other stuff, but the way that this was presented, it was all done in one image. So I'm just going to show the whole image here, so you can see the secondary logo that they submitted. That has nothing to do with our ranking. Although we absolutely love that secondary logo. It's really well done. It had nothing to do with where this was ranked. The logo itself, the main logo that was provided, number one, the colors are awesome. They look great together. The trees in the background are fantastic.
Yep.
And the bird is so well done.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's a cool name. It makes sense. I think the criticism that we had was the proportion of the hockey stick, like the blade area, and just how big the hockey sticks were. There's a similar logo to, as far as shape, that it's going to be in the top 5. That I think the proportions are just a little bit better, so you probably see what we mean. But
and it came down to, like, when you look at this picture, how it is, the presentation is crazy good. Like, everything just looks well. And then
yes.
I got back to, okay, just imagine the main logo being on a jersey, and it's still very good. I can just see others being ahead of it again.
And I think we both agreed that it looked more like a shoulder patch.
And the B shoulder, but the B shoulder patch that was sent in is amazing. I love it.
If that was the primary logo, I could see the secondary logo being the primary logo
absolutely.
over the secondary or the primary, if that makes sense.
But it's like I hate ranking stuff. I wish I could just say this is the best one. These were all the ones that were close, but so I mean,
yeah, it's tough.
Artie, good job.
Yeah, good job, Artie. Really. Okay, number 5, we've got the Reno Rattlesnakes. This is by Olivia. I guess we discussed this one as well because there's another snake.
This was one of your favorite ones.
This is one of my favorite ones. It probably would have been in my top 3, but you made some good points with the other one, and we kind of went back and forth and stuff. I think this is very well drawn, like absolutely incredible. I love the colors. I love the font, how it wraps up around the bottom of the snake, and it makes it all contained in this one big thing. He looks angry. I could 100% see this being an AHL logo. Mm-hmm. I think it's only here because we liked the other snake one better.
Yeah,
I think mainly,
it's top 5. Once you get to the top 5, they're all it's
tough.
Like you could send the top 5 to 20 different people and get so many different answers.
Absolutely,
right?
I totally agree.
It's subjective,
but just an absolutely fantastic drawing, Olivia. Well done. Number 4, we had the Idaho Falls Windhawks. This was originally in the top 3, maybe number 2.
This was originally my 2.
Yeah, I think it was in my number 2 as well. But then you brought up something that we talked more about than anything else, any other element in this logo.
It's just the 2 lines coming out above the wings behind the helmet.
Yeah, we don't know what we don't know what that is. The logo itself is incredible. I'm obsessed with these colors together. They look so good. I love the maroon. The hockey stick that's in there as well. He's wearing a helmet. I mean, it's so well done. But the things coming out of the back, I just don't know what they are, and they're distracting.
Like it's almost like it's almost like a wind turbine kind of deal because there's 2 coming out the top and there's one coming right down the middle.
Yeah,
and the one down the middle is fine because it's kind of blended in with everything else. It just seems like the 2 top ones just were like added after the fact.
There's some transformers that have like weird things like that coming out of the back, and I just don't know like. If they were removed, there
may be an explanation that we just don't understand.
Could be.
I don't know, but
could be.
It's just, I find that part, like obviously this is super well done, and this was one of my favorite ones.
Oh,
it's just
incredible.
I just find those. I'm just not really sure why those are there or what they're supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, but anyways, Drew, good job.
Yeah, very good job.
All right, on to the top 3, and this is where it get really intense.
Yeah.
Number 3, we've got the Sacramento Sidewinders by Matthew. This was the other snake logo. And this was one of your favorites, if not your favorite.
Yeah, see, I kept coming back to Neil saying we can't penalize the hand-drawn ones just because the other ones are done in like a vector format.
Totally.
So I said the red underneath the snake's belly is amazing. Like it's like 2 shades of red in some parts.
There's a gradient.
He's breaking the stick off because he's strangling it so hard. I said if you took this to a professional and this was professionally done, this would be amazing.
Yeah, and you said that because my criticism was the proportions of the snake are off. And it almost looks like a donkey head or something. And then you said, well, if this was digitized properly,
that's what I mean. Like
you have to look at the
people
potential.
in Photoshop and Illustrator, they can make adjustments. This is hand drawn. Like
exactly.
Once it's hand drawn, it is.
And
what
it's
it
still
is.
very well hand drawn.
I love this one.
I love the colors. The black and the red look so good together.
Yep.
It's hockey related. It's the stick, like you said, is breaking there. Just a tremendous job. Yeah. In my opinion, definitely deserves to be in the top 3.
Way to go, Matthew.
Good job, Matthew. Number 2, we've got the Yakima, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sturgeons by Yulia. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I do apologize. Unbelievable logo. It's so well done. The colors make sense with some other teams around Seattle and in this area of the country. The sturgeon is so well drawn. It looks angry. It makes sense. It's unbelielievable. Like
this
really.
Could be absolutely an AHL logo.
100%.
Like if we didn't have our one that's in number 1, this would have been number 1.
Yeah, this would have been number 1 if I think we both agreed quickly about what number 1 would be. Mm-hmm. We just really, really liked it. But very good job on the Sturgeon's logo. Tremendous. So number 1, if you haven't figured out by process of elimination in your head from before, the Tacoma Vikings are our winner. Congratulations, Mike. You've won. And I'm going to show you the jerseys here in a second that you won. But just everything about this logo I like. There's not a thing about this logo that I don't like, other than the text at the bottom. But if it was just the jersey, I think you'd just have that.
I mean, yeah, clearly that text would not be on the front of the jersey. But I mean, it's simple. It's 3 colors, which makes it easy.
Super easy.
I mean, it'll show up good because it's detailed, but it's not overly detailed.
Yep.
It's got hockey sticks in it.
It's modern.
It's a Viking. He's angry. He's saying, hey. I like it.
It's better than the hot take. It's better than the Minnesota Vikings logo.
Ooh.
In the NFL.
I'd take that, I think.
Yep. All right. So congratulations, Mike.
Good job.
Just an absolutely amazing job. And to the rest of the artists who submitted.
Good job, everybody.
Every time I run one of these contests and I get these submissions, I'm so blown away by the talent because I cannot draw at all.
Let's take a 5-second here off topic. I want you to read what just popped up on my watch right now. Like, this literally just came in.
Zamboni driver wins for... Oh, it went away.
It says Zamboni driver wins first NHL game after being tapped as emergency goalie. So even my watch is telling me that.
If you guys haven't seen our video on that yesterday, go check it out. So, on to the prizes. Now, I had a couple of emails just that came in the past couple of hours, actually, from people who submitted. And some people said... one person said, I have... Because I showed 4 of the jerseys and the 5th was going to be a surprise in the announcement video. Someone said, I have 3 of those jerseys. Is there any chance I could just have the other 2 jerseys, and could you give the 3 that I don't need to the other contestants? That's very generous. And then I had someone else say, I don't actually collect jerseys at all, so if I win, can you distribute the jerseys to the top 5 or whatever? So I'm glad that a couple of people wrote in and said that, because, I mean, the truth of the matter is, Mike, who won, he might have some of these jerseys and might not want them. So Mike, if you are listening, and I hope you are, you have the choice to take all 5, or if you feel like distributing them, depending on what you have in your collection. Like, no pressure. I want to make it known.
Don't feel bad for taking all 5.
Yeah, no. You're supposed to take all 5. It's the grand prize. I'm not saying it so you give other jerseys away. I'm just answering a question that I thought maybe some other people might have as well. So I'm going to show the jerseys now. I'm going to show you the 4 that I showed originally, and then I'll show you the 5th one. So, actually, Jason, can I get you to hold these up?
Sure.
So we got Team Canada, Nike jersey there. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mike lives in Switzerland, if I can remember the email properly. So the Team Canada jersey going all the way to Switzerland, I believe. And then we got Reebok Dallas Stars. And I recently got an Adidas white Dallas Stars jersey, so that moved into the giveaway. Reebok Philadelphia Flyers. And a Reebok Jonathan Taves Chicago Blackhawks jersey.
Go back.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this. If you're familiar with our regular jersey giveaway that I do every single month, I have 2 Anaheim jerseys in that giveaway. So, Mike, if there's a jersey there that you don't want and you prefer an Anaheim jersey, let me know, and I can swap them, because I do have 2 available in there. One has black laces, one has white laces. Okay, so the 5th jersey is an Adidas jersey. It's the Ottawa Senators Centennial Classic jersey. I believe this is the first Adidas jersey I've given away. So, yeah, 3rd jersey. No name or number on the back, but it does have the shoulder patch for the event, the Centennial Classic. So there we have it.
Decisions to be made.
Yes, decisions. So overall, super pleased with this contest. There's some amazing submissions. Really looking forward to the next one. I'm going to do a Twitter contest probably in the next couple of months and give away some signed cards and jersey cards. So if you're not following me on Twitter, please do that. It's at Post to Post Show. The next actual contest we do on this channel probably won't be until after March, maybe April or May or June or something like that. But it is coming for sure. We'll give away some more jerseys and some more merch and stuff. Like I said at the beginning, we are going to do a March Madness Ultimate Hockey logo. That is coming up in weeks. We're super excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something that involves not just North American fans and NHL fans. It's fans from Slovakia. It's fans from Russia, Sweden, Finland, the UK, everywhere around the world. That's kind of the point of it, to raise awareness to some of these other leagues, because I believe I've done over 60 or 70 logo ranking videos from different leagues around the world. Chances are not everyone has seen those, so this series may give them the opportunity to see some logos from leagues that they're not totally aware of. And you never know, it might create a new fan to a league.
And hopefully it's not just going to be you and I. We're going to have people here helping us.
That's correct. There will be a panel of 4 judging these in a matchup bracket showdown. If weather permits, there will be Jason, myself, Dad, aka Brent, aka the GOAT, and our buddy Joey's coming up from Maine. If the weather does not permit, it may just be us.
Yeah. So far, it looks good.
So far, it does look good. So we are actually filming the entire series next weekend, along with episode 100 of our podcast coming up on the other channel, link down below in the description. So that'll be releasing a week from today.
Yep,
I believe. We're pretty excited about that. And what's else going on? What else is up?
That's it, I think, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. So
it's quite a bit.
To anyone who did submit in this contest and you want a little bit more of an explanation as to why your logo did make the top 15, or if it wasn't the top 15, why it didn't win or something, feel free to email me. I know that I can't go through each individual logo here and talk about every one. The video would be 2.5 hours long. So that's why I wanted to send out the invitation to anyone who, if you did need more reasoning or something like that, if you're offended or whatever.
Don't be offended. We're just a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah, don't.
Like I said, this is super subjective.
Yeah, just email me. We'll have a conversation. I'll let you know. But I just want to thank everyone for submitting. It was fantastic to see your artwork. Like some of that you could see on t-shirts, jerseys, real teams using these. So just some absolutely talented people out there, and I thank you so much for sharing your talents and your skills with us. We were very lucky to see your talents. So guys, thank you so much. Hope you can hit the subscribe button down below to catch all the stuff that we talked about coming up on the channel, as well as the next design contest coming up just after spring or late spring. So hope you're having a great day. Jason, thanks for joining me for this as well. Appreciate your input, and we'll catch you in the next one. Adios.